we have not discussed club contests in any officer training up to now. And the reason I have Aasiyah coming in, she's in charge of the area and the division contests, and I've asked her to give you some of the rules. The bottom line at the club level is you do not need to have a contest. All you need to do is send the contestant forward. And a lot of clubs don't even do that. I would like every club to participate, and I would like as many clubs as possible to use some form of the contest procedure that happens at a higher level so that they learn that. So we're going to run a little over. We're going to take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Aasiyah's going to, you have an excellent thing that she has prepared for you, how to conduct club contests. And let me turn it over now to Aasiyah, who hopefully won't have you laughing.
You don't have to have a club contest if you don't want to. However, it is an extremely good idea to have a club contest and to have one that's really organized in a way that benefits you, that benefits the people that are going to be contestants, the speakers, and everybody else. And it's also a really great way to advertise your club. And we're going to talk about that. If you turn to page 2, I've given you an important contest dates to remember. These are just for you to know, just to remember when the contest season starts. In this case, our spring contest season begins February of next year. And during that month, all clubs are going to conduct their contests if they want to, or appoint somebody if they would like to. And of course, the winners from the club level are going to go on to area, and then whoever wins in area is going to go on to division. Whoever wins division is going to go on to district. And in this case, in the spring season, from the district, somebody who wins will represent the district at the international contest that will happen during August. Okay? Now let's talk a little bit about speech contests. Why do we do speech contests? Absolutely, absolutely. The reason why we have speech contests is number 1, leadership. Number 2, because we want to actually shine the stars in our clubs, because they're going to be teaching us how to actually become better speakers. And also, it's really good because it encourages all of us to get out of our comfort zone. So for those of you who have people who like to speak all the time in your clubs, that's a great way for them to do their contests. It's another level for them to go outside of that comfort zone and speak in front of new audiences and have different what's that word that I'm looking for? Having a different viewpoint whenever they go to different contests, seeing the audiences and everything like that. So that's good. And it's also important because all of the members, all of you who conduct the clubs together, you are all coming together to make this happen on a club level, right? So what I mean by that is this. All clubs, all the members in the club come together to conduct the contest. Contestants come together and they're the contestants. They're going to be competing against each other. You've got people who come in to work as a timer, as a ballot counter, as the contest chairs. If you want to have a contest chair, that's an option. We'll talk about that in a minute. And just really building a good, high-level, energetic club contest, right? A high energetic club contest. And at the same time, it helps everyone boost their confidence. Because if you have confidence to come up and speak, then you're going to get to the contest level, and it's just going to boost it even more. Now, earlier I think Lance was talking about getting more members to come to your club, right? And I think he was also talking about the treasury getting more money into your club. So here's some really great ideas. Number 1, make your club contest, if you decide to have one, an actual event that you invite everybody to. You can invite other Toastmasters. You can invite guests from outside. Obviously, your contestants may want to bring their families and friends to come and watch them perform because it's fun and they're competing, so why not, right? When you have a contest, create a flyer. Put it out on the Toastmasters Facebook group page that we have. Put it out to your list. How many of you have a guest list? Let me ask you that question. Okay. So when you have guests that come in to visit your club often, they sign into your guest list. They give you their email address and their phone number, right? I do suggest one thing: when you have a guest, when you create a guest list, on the guest list, write in that if they're giving away their phone number and their email address, that means that they're going to be contacted by the club at some point to invite them back for other future meetings or events and so forth. So it kind of becomes like a newsletter sort of thing. You can invite your guests to come in and experience how Toastmasters is run by the club contest. They're going to see how it is to get contestants to come in, and they're competing, but everybody is having fun at the same time. You can have a potluck, and you can get your fellow members to bring some food with them. It can, like what we have back here is essentially like bagels and donuts, and well, you can bring healthy things. Not too much sugar. You know, some lasagna is nice, some pasta is nice. It's lunchtime, I think, and we're getting hungry. But yeah, you can do that and really make it a nice big event where you're inviting people and everybody is enjoying themselves. And guess what? You've got guests who love the energy, the vibe, the fun that they're having at your contest, that they will join right there. When they join right there, you just got your members and you're fulfilling your DCP points. So 2 birds with 1 stone. Now let's talk about revenue really quickly, because I think revenue is important. How many of you of the clubs here, how many of you actually have money in your treasury right now? Raise your hands. Okay. Somewhat, most, okay. So for those of you who do and who don't, it doesn't matter. This is a great way for you to up your revenue. Have a raffle. Have a raffle. So if you go to area and division contests, you see a table full of different raffle prices, right? And people are buying raffle tickets like crazy because they want that tablet or they want one of those books or a makeup kit, whatever it is, right? You can do that same thing at your contest in the club level. Ask some of your members, do you have something that you can donate to us, a service or a product? For example, you may have somebody you know who does Avon, like Glenn's wife, Carrie, she does Avon. And so when contest season comes, she will donate a beautiful set of makeup that gets raffled off. Or you can ask somebody if they're a coach or if they have a product. For example, I know somebody named Casey Eberhardt. I don't know if any of you have heard of Casey Eberhardt, but he has what is called Pet Peeve, which is a spray, it's a deodorant spray that you spray and it makes everything smell better. It's like Febreze, but he called it Pet Peeve. Now, if that's a service, I know, it's a funny name. If that's a product that he's providing, and I ask him, hey Casey, can you donate that a set of your Pet Peeve deodorizer for my contest? Absolutely, it helps him to advertise his product. At the same time, it gets raffled off, and you get money from the raffle tickets. I'm giving you a couple of examples. In the bigger contests, I've seen people getting tablets and Chromecasts. If somebody has that and they're willing to donate, great. If not, it's okay. But just have a few, like 5 or 6 items on a little table that's set up. Put it in the back of the room and let people know during the breaks that we've got raffles. Come buy raffle tickets. $5 for 7 tickets, $20 for 40 tickets. And they can dump all those raffle tickets in the price that they want, and at the end of the contest, before everybody leaves, you announce a few of the winners, get them all to go back to the table, check it out, but you've just made maybe about $100. How does that sound?
Great.
Right? $100 extra for your club, that's going to help you get more material, it's going to help you to pay for some extra things. So having a raffle is a really great way to get revenue. But here's the other really good thing about raffles too. You can use it as a way to attract new people to come to your club contest, and they can check out your club. Because who doesn't love food? And who doesn't love to see prizes that they can essentially win if they put their tickets in, right? So this is also a really great way to get people to come in. So if you create a flyer for your club, you know, let's say I created a really cool flyer back in March, which was, we had a theme of love. We had a love theme, which is what I discussed up here. Like when he was asking about love, I said I made the love into a different acronym. But we created this theme for love back in March, and we had our contest. And yeah, it's in that book. If you want to show it, you can go ahead. Yeah. Awesome. if you don't have to create a flyer, but if you want to advertise it to the point where you want people to come in, you can. So I created this flyer. It is the 2015 Season of Love, inspirational speech and table topics. And so in the flyer, I put in, we're going to have inspirational speakers, we're going to have fun, we're going to have raffles. So that gets people to look at your, oh, they're going to have raffles? They didn't say anything about food, but they're saying continental breakfast. Okay, I'm going to have breakfast. But that gives them the opportunity to come in and check you out. How many of you use Meetup to advertise your clubs? A few of you do. Get Meetup. Meetup is such a great way to advertise yourself. But you can do that for your club. So if you wanted to get a Meetup, you can do that for your clubs. If you have a website, put it up on your website that you're having a club contest and everybody's invited. And that way everybody knows.
And club events can be put on the District 52 website.
Yes, absolutely.
And flyers. Is that?
I'm sorry, say
No,
that?
on the Facebook.
Yeah, the
52
Facebook group.
Yeah.
Oh, Facebook all day long, yes.
Yeah, on the Facebook. How many of you are part of the Facebook group for Toastmasters? Okay, a few of you. A few of you are. For those of you who aren't, if you don't have Facebook, okay, I get it. Facebook can be a lot. But if you have Facebook, join the District 52 Toastmasters group. It's free, obviously, and it's a fun group. And I'm seeing a lot of people posting in there all the time, and there's always an event that's being posted. There's a potluck going on today at the Woodland Hills Fire Station.
We're heading to afterwards, yes.
Yeah, you guys are heading after. And they put that up on the District 52 Facebook group, so that way everybody who's on there knows. So great way to promote your clubs and your contestants and things like that. And as far as getting raffle prizes, if anybody has access to Starbucks, if you go to Ralph's, if you want to get a gift card to donate, anything like that, that's great too. Any coffee, people love coffee, you can get that donated. So just think about some of these things for your raffles if this is something that you want to do for your clubs. Now let's get to the duties of the person who would help out with creating the contest. Usually the Vice President of Education is the person who is in charge of setting up a date and a time for the club contest. So if you're a VPE, this is just like what you would do on the other agendas that Lance talked about. You create an agenda for the club. So all of you as officers can sit together and say, okay, let's choose February 14. I don't know if February 14 is actually a weekend or not. I'm just making this day up. February 14, choose that day to do your club contest, let's say. And you sit down and you all decide that that's when you're going to do your contest. Good. You have a date set. Now, the next thing is to figure out how to get your club contest going. Who's going to sign up to be contestants for table topics and inspirational speeches, which is what is this season's theme, inspirational speeches and table topics. And, hold on a second, and I'll get to you in 1 second, Avery. And also, you can go ahead, so international table topics is the theme for this season, and so you go ahead and you choose a date, you choose if it's going to happen on you can choose the meeting time, so let's say that you meet every Thursday evening from 7 to 9. Great, that can be your club contest. And you can invite anybody you want outside of the club from other clubs to come and attend. You get a sign-up sheet going around as the VPE to ask if anybody is interested in being a contestant. Now, if you get several people who are like, I want to be a contestant, I really want to come up and compete, and there are going to be people who do because people like to compete, they will do it. But maybe in your club, you might not have anybody who wants to compete. And that's okay. And so that right there can mean that you don't have to have a club contest. If there's one person who says, I do want to compete, and the club is not having a contest, tell them, go for it. I will appoint you to go and represent us at the area level contest. But you can only do this for the area level. So if your club doesn't have a contest and you want to appoint somebody to go onto the area, that's fine. But from after the area level contests are over, from the division on, you cannot have somebody from your club just walk in and say they're going to be part of the contest. It's not going to work that way.
What was the requirement to be a contestant? I know for international, you have to have.
You have to have a minimum of 6 speeches. Yes. So if your contestants want to be for the inspirational contest only, for the other humorous, tall tales, this is not required. But for inspirational, if they want to be a contestant, they have to have completed a minimum of 6 speeches from their competent communicator manual. If they have not completed 6 speeches, they're not eligible. So this is a great push for those people who want to be part of the contest to get them to finish their 6 speeches before February. So if you've got people that you know who want to do this and they want to compete, and also club officers, you're also going to be welcome to compete. There's no restriction on officers. Everybody can compete at the club level, anyone that wants to. The only people that cannot compete in the contest are people who are in the district, such as the top 3, area and division governors or directors. We can't compete. Anyone who is working in the district, we can't compete. But as far as club officers, members, everybody else can, as long as you've got your 6 speeches completed. Also, if you are a chartered club, is there anyone in here who's just chartered a club? Raise your hand. No? Okay. Okay, let's see. You should be eligible. I believe, from what I read online, they said that if your club is newly chartered, as a newly chartered club as of the previous July, I'm assuming they mean the last July 1st. I'm not, Cersei, I don't know if you can help me out with that, but okay. The club can hold a contest and members can compete even if they have not completed their 6 speeches. It's only for newly chartered clubs.
That's true.
If you're not a newly chartered club, that's not gonna apply to you. Sorry.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for those 6 speeches to be completed. Okay. How many of you know what a contest chair is besides my area and division directors who are in this room? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Some of you know, some of you don't know. A contest chair is somebody who is appointed to oversee the entire production of the contest. Now, does anybody have their CL manual with them, their competent leadership manual? If not, that's okay. Okay.
That happens a lot.
A lot of stuff to haul in and carry. That's okay. Yes. Thank you. See, Avery, you got that.
Yay!
Yay!
In your competent leadership manual, you've got projects that you're going to be completing. And Project 6 and Project 10 are 2 of them that might need you for the contest chair. So if you become a contest chair, now here's the thing, as the Vice President of Education, you yourself can be a contest chair if you want to, or you can have somebody be a contest chair for you so you don't have to worry too much about having to do all the duties, which is not that much, to be honest with you. We're going to go through that. But if you are helping to organize a club speech contest, so if you're a contest chair, that fulfills your Project 6 because you need to complete one of these for Project 6 in your competent leadership manual. Okay? So when you complete Project 6 by helping to organize a club speech contest, you got it, and you're contest chair. You can also complete this as part of Project 8. Membership campaign or contest chair, you complete 1 chair plus any of the 2 others that they have for Project 8. And okay, and I believe if you decide to be on an HPL guidance committee for somebody who wants to do an HPL, you can complete Project 9, which is under mentoring. So these projects in the CL manual will help you to complete your CL manual. So if you are away, one project away from completing your CL, be a contest chair, you're going to end up completing your CL this year. So the contest chair works with the Vice President of Education, or if it is the Vice President of Education, as the contest chair, encourage members to sign up and inspire them to speak. Why do you want them to speak? Why do you want them to be a part of the contest for your club? Why do you want them to be contestants? Think about that. And ask the people who you know would be willing to come to be a contestant for your club. And if there isn't anyone, that's okay. You can appoint somebody or you can just choose to move on with that, okay? The contest chair assigns functionary roles, which if you see on, I did not put page numbers on here, but if you go to, I believe it is before you see the speaker's eligibility, there's a list of roles that your members in your club can take on, which also gives them points towards their competent leadership manual if they so choose. And at the same time, they're able to do that. So for example, the timer role is part of your CL, and so you can choose to do this. You don't have to have every role filled. I put some stars next to it because if you do choose to have a club contest, you might want to have these people, they're key people. You want to have a contest Toastmaster. So find somebody who's willing to be a Toastmaster. Find somebody who can be a chief judge. Find two people as sergeant at arms, 2 people for timers, 2 people for ballot counters, and get a registration desk if you're expecting a lot of people coming in, which would be great, like I said, because you gain more membership. So have the registration chair sign them in, get their email addresses, their phone numbers, and then that way you can get in touch with them after the contest event to see if they want to join your club or come back for another meeting. And get people together, so have like a potluck. If you want a potluck, have a potluck, get all the members to come in, bring in food, have your contestants sign up. Really, that's all you have to do, and assign your volunteers. It's not much. And if you have if the VPPR can go ahead and do the advertising by putting the information out there that you're having a club contest, make your club contest fun, lively, energetic, get people to really enjoy the contest, and become your members as their guests. Now, one quick thing here is the judging process. So when you have contestants, obviously you're going to have judges, as it is in every level of the contest that we have. And so one of the ways to have judges is by getting all of your members who are not competing to become judges. And if they want to, they can go ahead and fill out a ballot form, or you can choose to do however you want to do the judging. You can have somebody have them write on a piece of paper which contestant they like the most, which contestant for second place. You can do that. I don't know if any of you have gotten those little ballot sheets that Toastmasters sends out when you first charter your club. They give you ballot sheets and you can write out remarks. You can, if you want to, you can even use that as your judging ballot. And if you do want to use a judge's certification of eligibility form when you participate, that's up to you. If you want to use that, you can use it and have people sign it. But when you have contestants, make sure that your contestants sign this speaker eligibility form. It is really important for them to sign this form. It is called the Speaker Certification of Eligibility and Originality. And it tells you exactly who can and cannot participate. And they have to sign it. So table topics, sign the top portion. If they're going to be speaking, they're going to fill out the entire page.
This is especially important for the inspirational or international speech, because if they win and go on and go on and go on, and maybe end up being the district champion, they could be disqualified if this was not happening. So.
Right. So this is important for all of your contestants.
And you have to give that to the area directors.
The area, you can keep on file. If you want to give it to the area directors, you can, but they're going to have their own eligibility sheet that they're going to have.
So everyone, the new contestants, but
yeah, they're all going to have at every level of the contest, they're going to be filling out this form. So you can keep that for yourself, but this is good to have in the VPE's records and the secretary's records, because if there is an eligibility issue, we can go back and trace it to the secretary and find out what happened. Also, what is really important is when you have your club contest conducted and you have your winners, you need to fill this form. It is called the Notification of Contest Winners. If you fill this form out, if you have a contest and if you have contestants, you will give this form to your area directors, because they're going to be the ones who are going to call the contestants and tell them, so we're having our area contest on this date and at this time, are you going to be able to make it? And if they are, their names are there. And if you have first and second place winners, you can put that in there. I believe third place is fine too. You can put in your third place winner. So just make sure you have their information, hand it over to the area directors so that they know. And the judging process is going to be really easy. If you have ballot counters, just have them count up, have the ballots, have them tally everything up at the end, and then you have your winners for table topics and for the speaking. Okay? Now, if you just organize your contests in kind of the way that I said it, but in any way, fashion, and form, you're going to have a really good and successful club contest. And I really urge all of you to at least try to work on conducting a club contest. I know most of you in the room are. For those of you who aren't, try it. If nobody wants to, it's okay. Appoint somebody and let them come in and give them a chance, and let your club be represented in the district as being part of the competition. Okay? If anybody has any quick 1-minute comment or question, you can go ahead and throw it up, or we are done with that. Yes?
Can the chairperson do one of the contestants?
The chairperson can't do one of the contestants, no. So if the person is competing, that's all they're doing, that's their role. Yeah.
But officers can compete.
Officers
Club
can
level.
compete,
And
yeah.
should,
Yeah.
to set an example.
Just a really quick, there's a sheet of paper, I don't know if you picked it up from there, but it says Spring 2016 Contest Schedule. This lists the dates of all of the contests that are happening from the area level and the division level in March and in April. Yeah. So
This is very important because if your winner is not able to compete at the area level, you need to let the number 2 person know.